This is it, folks. The collapse of the Roman Empire. The debt ceiling might be raised. I'm thinking it will be the same old. People pushing back and forth until they eventually raise it. But the issue is, we are already at somewhat around 250,000 US dollars per taxpayer that you owe, because the government is taking on more and more debt. So a lot of people don't make that kind of money. They make they make $50,000 or so. Like, how do you expect them to pay back $250,000 as of right now? Because that's what it comes down to. And it will be paid back. Don't even have questions about it. It's just, you're not going to write a check, because you cannot write a check for that amount of money. Most of you cannot write a check for that amount of money. Most of Americans cannot write. So how will you pay for it? And the Peter Schiffs and similar people say, well, through inflation. And they are eventually correct. I mean, in the end, it's inflation how you pay it back. But what does that mean to you? What does that mean to you? What does egg prices going up high mean to you? How do you pay it back? Well, you pay it back through a diminishing standard of living. That's how you pay it back. Somebody taking out the lifeblood of your work. Okay? So the diminishing life standard, pushing you down into sort of like a lower level developed country. This is the thing that when I was saying in one of the very first few videos that I was sharing on YouTube, is that Romania was not a third world country when this happened. We had a booming economy, right? Even during communism. Now, regarding civil liberties, freedoms, that sort of stuff, that's not what we're talking about right here. We're talking about living standards evaporating because economic gurus thinking that they know better what the cost of money should be, right? And we people go along with that. And that is the price that we have to pay. And we're gonna pay it. Nature comes back. The nature of money, the nature of human interactions come back, and the party's gonna be over. How deep the wound will be, I don't know. My guess is, as I said before, that it will be through waves. Now we are getting to almost to the bottom of that first deflationary wave. The first one, right? And when I was sharing my thoughts early on, people said, whoa, this is not Romania. What do you think? Like, we can print money, right? And true, very true. But human nature is human nature. And the psychology of people through deflations and psychology of people through inflations and periodical deflations within a larger hyperinflationary cycle is almost always the same. Whether that was ancient Rome, whether that was Weimar Germany, Zimbabwe, Romania, Lebanon, Turkey, you name it, it will be the same. Because they said, right, you guys said, well, some of you in the comments said, but we can control interest rates. We can just pump it up, right? And stop inflation like that. But that's only money. You can only control money, right? You cannot control the supply and demand side of each and every good and asset in the economy, right? That's a communistic dream that the government can do that. No one can do that. No matter what they're trying to implement It will be maybe just a good tracking system through digital money. But everyone living out their own incentives to produce more eggs, to produce less toilet paper, to consume less, to consume more, that's a different thing. That's psychology, right? So you can control and push interest rates, but you cannot control the individual inflation cycles of asset classes. Because what many of you have failed to understand, it is not inflation that makes you poor. It's the delay in time between different asset classes inflating and deflating in certain periods. The delay in time that is gonna get you, right? And the antidote was prepping enough so that you can withstand the delay in time. Do you have enough to withstand 6 months? To withstand 1 year? That is the question. So here we go. Thank you for listening.